General Hospital spoilers. Kristina's arrest for murder. What lies ahead? Prison time or a padded cell? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mansi, has created a situation for herself that could lead to attempted murder charges. Once her actions are revealed, which we know will happen, will she end up in Pentonville Prison or in a mental health facility like Ferncliff or Shady Brook? We are going to discuss the repercussions of her nearly causing the death of Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, and severely injuring Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst. Kristina's situation is spiraling out of control. She has always acted impulsively, but it has worsened since she pushed to be the surrogate for her sister, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos. It was clear from the start that this would end badly. Kristina believed she could be a better mother than Molly and convinced herself of this, ultimately deciding to keep the baby for herself. Kristina's behavior resembles a form of self-gaslighting similar to when she claimed that Ava Jerome, Maura West, pushed her, despite it being an accident. Throughout the show, we've witnessed Kristina's own recollections. She is fully aware that she was not pushed and instead tripped and fell accidentally. However, she continues to say otherwise, getting increasingly agitated. It seems she believes, like many others, that if she repeats a falsehood enough, she can convince herself it's the truth, which is a clear case of self-gaslighting. She constantly insists that Ava should be punished for the death of her baby. Even Alexis Davis, played by Nancy Lee Grahn, Kristina's mother, believes her daughter is completely wrong in pursuing this grudge and making such accusations. This is why Kristina sabotaged Ava's car by cutting the brake lines, thinking it was Ava's vehicle, but she ended up affecting Rick's car instead. When Kristina witnessed the crash and recognized that Rick was hurt, she defensively repeated, "It was supposed to be Ava." Even with others around that could have heard her, she was saying that out loud, and soon someone did hear her. Next, Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, arrives on the scene. Kristina admits to him that her intention was to target Ava. She revealed that she had cut the brake line, unaware it was Rick's vehicle. Lacking the full story, Lucky suggested that Kristina return to Charlie's and act as if she had been there all along, essentially advising her to create a false alibi. However, this was before he learned that Liz was in the car and had been hurt when the paramedics extracted her from the wreck. Lucky completely broke down. Luckily, Elizabeth only has a broken leg and she'll need surgery, but she'll be okay. Rick's situation is quite different. Dr. Isaiah Gannon, Sawandi Wilson, is working to stabilize him for emergency surgery, and it's clear that Rick is in much worse condition than Liz. I can't imagine Kristina escaping this situation without facing some legal repercussions. Lucky advised Kristina to create an alibi, but the bartender already informed Molly that she wasn't there. Additionally, I doubt Lucky will protect Kristina after discovering the truth, considering Liz's life was at stake. I hope Lucky understands that supporting Kristina could lead to more danger, as she might harm someone else during her next breakdown, whether it's Ava or another person. It's highly probable that she will be arrested. I don't see any way she can escape it. There are cameras everywhere now, so it's likely that the parking garage has footage of Kristina tampering with Rick's car. Additionally, all they need to do is investigate further. Kristina's fingerprints are likely on the wire cutters she used to sever the brake lines, and may also be found on Rick's car in the area where she would have reached to do it. They could even look into her YouTube history for searches like how to cut a brake line. This isn't something she would likely know offhand. Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, has a strong dislike for Rick, making him a likely initial suspect. But at the same time, he and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, were in Canada dealing with a hitman during that period. However, the PCPD might argue that Sonny had someone else carry out the act, knowing he was away and had an alibi. Both Ava and Rick, if he survives, will want the person responsible to be held accountable. Once it's revealed that Kristina is involved, Ava will realize she was the actual target, and Rick was just hit because he parked in her spot. Lucky might inform the police that Kristina confessed Ava was the intended victim. If Kristina had harmed an innocent stranger, Lucky might have kept quiet, but he cares for Liz, and Kristina's reckless actions shares his knowledge with Liz. She might urge him to be honest with the police. This is because she overheard Kristina saying that if she can't be with her deceased baby, then Ava doesn't deserve anything. Liz is aware of Kristina's irrational grudge, as Kristina attempted to manipulate her into making false statements about Ava's interactions with Avery Corinthos Jerome, Ava, and Grace Scarola. Ava is already angry with Alexis and Sunny for not assisting her with her financial issues. On top of that, Sunny is attempting to take custody of Avery, using her problems to his advantage, which was encouraged by Kristina. What's surprising is that Ava visited GH to inquire about Rick's health, only to be scolded by Alexis, who told her to leave. Ava won't forget any of this, especially when Kristina's attempt on her life comes to light. Imagine Alexis trying to persuade Ava not to file charges by saying it's a back-and-forth situation. Everyone hopes Rick pulls through. Otherwise, Kristina could face murder charges instead of just attempted murder. He likely will and will want Kristina held accountable for nearly killing him and Liz. He has a dislike for Kristina because she is Sunny's daughter and feels that she receives all of Alexis' attention, while Molly gets very little. This gives Rick plenty of reasons to advocate for her prosecution and to dismiss any other discussions about it. I also anticipate that Molly will turn against Kristina regarding this murder scheme. Molly has been frustrated for a while, as she sees Kristina getting away with everything while everyone, especially their mom Alexis, tends to enable her and clean up her messes. The timing couldn't be worse, especially since Molly and Kristina have just reconciled. This latest incident could jeopardize any hope of them rebuilding their sisterly bond. Molly is currently terrified, as her father is battling for his life. And if he dies, it will be for real, not like when he went in witness protection years ago. When she learns that all of this unfolded because Kristina attempted to harm Ava, she is going to be furious. Molly might even urge the district attorney's office to pursue the harshest penalties against Kristina, as she has reached her breaking point. This situation could lead to Kristina being sentenced to several years in Pentonville prison. However, I anticipate that either Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, or Alexis will step in to defend Kristina, potentially arguing that she was temporarily insane. They might claim that her actions stem from the profound grief of losing her baby, possibly still blaming Ava, and suggest that this emotional turmoil pushed Kristina to her breaking point. Nevertheless, I doubt that Alexis or Diane could secure Kristina's release without her facing some repercussions. It's evident that she requires professional help and counseling. Unfortunately, Alexis and Sunny are not treating her as someone who is struggling with grief and in need of mental health support, which is clearly essential for her well-being. Rick and Elizabeth came dangerously close to losing their lives due to Kristina's lack of impulse control. It's clear that a psychiatric facility would be more suitable for Sunny and Alexis's daughter. There's a profound turmoil within her. While I don't believe she should end up in Pentonville, it's evident that she requires a break to reflect. Kristina needs support and effective strategies to cope with her grief and trauma, but she must also face the repercussions of her actions. Her history of evading accountability has contributed to her erratic behavior, leading her to assume that others will always fix her problems. I'm skeptical that Alexis or Sunny can prevent Ava and Rick from pursuing charges, but we'll have to wait and see. Kristina committed the offense. Will she accept the consequences? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with GH right now. Come back here often for General Hospital spoilers, news, and updates. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, General Hospital Update, and stay with us.